You might not want to watch these scary and creepy TikToks before you go to bed.
This is why you should lock your door as soon as you get home.
Oh, wow. Look, he following them. Whoa. Hey, that dude look creepy. What he trying to do? Ain't they though? Oh, nah. Hey, protect yourself at all times. For real, like, you gotta protect yourself nowadays. There's too much stuff going on out here.
This London gate was used to display people's tarred corpse heads. So sometimes you're going for a little constitutional through the city of London and you come across something as beautiful as the history is horrifying. This is Temple Bar. It is the only surviving gateway to the city of London and was designed by Christopher Wren after the wooden one was destroyed in the Great Fire of London. Bernie, Bathgate. But the really interesting, brackets, truly disgusting thing it was used for was displaying the heads of traitors on spikes. In England, we were always like, hey, don't mess with our monarchs, and people would be like, but we have no money. And also the plague, and also they were mean to me. So then they would get you all chopped, put their heads on a spike as a warning to everyone else, but that didn't really work. So we would just have more gross heads on spikes than we wanted on display, like the grossest show and tell ever. Anyway, London Bridge is the most famous example of heads on spikes, but they did it at Temple Bar as well. People even loved coming to see the Temple Bar heads, no, that's a great band name, so much that the street vendors started charging a penny for eyeglasses to give people a better view of the severed heads. To really milk it, they used to dip the heads in tar to slow down the decomposition so that they could stay up on the spikes for as long as possible. But it didn't really work, so the heads were just gross, decaying, covered in tar, and the ravens from Temple Bar's much eviler and also much more famous older brother, the Tower of London, would just start pecking at them anyway.
This is my third time asking for Jeff the Killer. Alright, let's talk about Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the
Reminder,
Killer.
the stories for entertainment purposes only. Jeff the Killer was a 13-year-old boy who moved to a new town with his family. His younger brother and him were getting attacked by bullies. At a party, they brutally disfigured him and lit him on fire and threw...
Is that Jeff? That can't be Jeff. That right there? That's creepy. I don't want to be thinking about that for long.
bleach onto him. When he woke up in the hospital, his eyelids were burnt off and his skin was all leathery and pale. To keep his spirits up, he carved a smile into his face permanently. He did this because mentally he had snapped. He was not the same person anymore. He decided to get revenge against the bullies. He went out and deleted every single one of them from the simulation. He even went as far as unaliving his own family. The legend has it today that he comes after anyone who stays up too late at night. He's an extremely bloodthirsty person. Somebody managed to get this picture of him, which is supposedly cursed. Let me know what you guys think about Jeff the Killer in the comment section, and let me know what you guys think about this picture as well.
Facts you were never taught that could save your life one day. Firstly, if you see a white spot on your banana like this, do not eat it. This could mean that there's a spider infestation. If you even take a bite out of this banana, hundreds of venomous baby spiders could come out and they could even go in your mouth.
I gotta go check my banana.
If your drink ever smells like cinnamon, do not drink it. People use this as a way to cover up the scent of poison. Now, if you're ever out in the wilderness and you have nothing to eat, well, dandelions are actually fully edible from the root to the flower. Okay, if you ever take a picture with the flash on and see white on your pupil, go to the doctor. This could mean that something is very wrong, like a disease.
Really?
Just to let you all know, cleaning your house is just as deadly as smoking because of the chemicals that you use.
Facts.
Finally, if an apocalypse ever happens, there's a monument in Georgia that shows how to rebuild society in 8 different languages.
Yo, I got struck
Share
by
this
lightning
to a friend to save their life one day.
Or something. It was a bomb explosion or something happened and destroyed that building.
Facundo, levántate, por favor.
Wake up, homie. She got the Dragon Ball Z pictures on the... Oh, no.
These are facts that could save your life one day. If you ever find yourself hiking or somewhere where there's a very high altitude and you start to hear a crunching in the air or you feel some static electricity, get out of there because you are about to be struck by lightning. There's a couple instances of this happening, including this picture where 2 boys were taking a photo together right before they were struck. If you ever find yourself in a street fight with someone that you don't know, first of all, how'd you get here? But second, 98% of males who are not professional fighters will typically start off a fight by using a right hook. So knowing this, you can counter it very easily. Of course, if the person's left-handed, then I mean, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If you ever find yourself in a situation where one of your close loved ones are drowning and you go in to save them, you need to have an escape plan. Because in a lot of of cases when someone's drowning and someone goes to save them, the person that goes to save them ends up getting pulled down by the panicking person that's drowning. And on top of that, if you're drowning to the point where you feel like you have to throw up water or you can't breathe, even if you make it out, you need to go to the hospital immediately after. This is because your lungs can still work even if there's a little bit of liquid within them, but over time, it will kill you. And look, I know these are not very easy to hear, but they could save your life, and that's what I'm here for.
TikTokers who have gone missing. In April of 2020, Andrew Dawson posted this TikTok video where he noticed and recorded a strange figure on top of a mountain on his drive home from work. Andrew describes the figure as a possible giant. He mentioned that on 2 different occasions. CIA agents told him to leave the area for trespassing. On May 12th, 2020, he suddenly disappeared without a trace. And still to this day, no one has any idea what actually happened to him.
Yo, that's gonna make me... Hey guys, this might be the last video, y'all. They showing people going missing. I ain't trying to go missing, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm gonna be back every day with new bangers.
Case itself is extremely strange. I wouldn't put it past the CIA to do something to him. It seems as though he saw something most people probably weren't supposed to yet. Like in
TikTokers Who Did Terrible Things, Episode 7, Chelsea Ship, otherwise known as Chelsea Ship 22. Creator class type, PBR. Specialty, I'm in trouble. Claim to fame, the following incident. Well, prior to just a few days ago, not many people on TikTok actually knew who Chelsea was. Although her name had been in the headlines for quite some time, her account just never really gained any traction. And this, coupled with the fact that the news of the following event did not gain much media attention, would fly relatively under the radar for quite some time. However, over the course of the last 24 hours, a specific video from her account has been making rounds.
So what?
Well, 25-year-old Chelsea along with a 16-year-old Caitlin Stone were allegedly both having a relationship with the same man, 22-year-old Cody Arnold. Well, leading up to November of this year, Cody gets wind Caitlin might be pregnant. And after a series of talks with Chelsea, she determines the only way to keep Cody out of trouble is to kill Caitlin. And so she does. Late on the night of March 26, Chelsea snuck into Caitlin's room and ended Caitlin's life execution style from behind while she was sleeping. The very next day, Cody would be arrested after they found Caitlin in one of his bedrooms wrapped in a black garbage bag. Chelsea would be apprehended just a few days later. And aside from the fact this girl was 16, to make things even worse, a preliminary autopsy has determined Caitlin was likely not pregnant at the time. Both Ship and Arnold are currently awaiting trial while being held on a $1 million bond apiece. And this is how Chelsea made our list of...
That's crazy. She possessed. Yo, she tripping. Something wrong. Yo, what's up with her? Y'all think that's real?
The dark story behind
Baby Laugh a Lot. Baby,
this
I never
doll
heard of
came
Baby
out
Laugh a
in
Lot.
1970. The doll became well known for its laughter and smile. When the commercial was finally released, it freaked lots of people out. Here is the commercial.
Listen to Remco's Baby Laugh a Lot.
Oh no, that's some creepy laugh stuff. Quit playing.
Well, turns out that she sounds really creepy once her battery is low. Take a look.
Oh no. Imagine having that doll. Or buying one of your kids
It is
that doll.
also said that she turns on by herself while everyone is asleep.
Hey guys, so this story is about my twin sister. So after my twin sister died, so me and my mom, we went up there, and my baby sister, we went up to where she was. They had a body, and we went to view the body and had made arrangements for the funeral home in Mobile to go pick her up. And so we had to go clean our apartment out. So me and my mom knew. I told my mom I was going to raise her kids, and so we had to look for her kids' birth certificate and social security card. So me and my mom looking, and my sister, we all looking while we packing up stuff, but we couldn't find it. And I was like, we was just so emotional. We was just ready to pack the stuff up and just leave. So I told my mom, don't worry about it. I'll just go to Board of Health and get another copy of birth certificate and go social security off and get another copy of their Social Security card. And I was like, let's just go. So we packed everything up, came back to my apartment in Montgomery. And so I had a lot of family members came at my apartment, so I didn't feel like being bothered. So while everybody was up front, I just went in my room and shut the door. And I was just leaning against the wall. And I remember sitting in the corner and just crying. And I had brought one of the suitcases where I had all her kids' stuff in my room. So I'm just sitting there crying, and just like in a state of shock. And I heard my sister's voice so loud and clear. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. And she was like, hey, Kiki, get up and look in the side pocket of the suitcase. And I was like, no, I don't feel like moving. And my sister was like, okay, but I need you to get up and look in that pocket. And I was like, you did not hear me? Now, mind you, just me in the room. But I heard my sister. I said, I don't feel like getting up. I said, I just viewed your body. You gone. I said, I'm mad. You're not here anymore. I don't feel like getting up. My sister said, girl, just get your butt up and just do what I say. She started hollering at me. So I was like, wait a minute. Girl, I don't care if you're dead or not. You ain't gonna be hollering at me. So now I'm hollering like, don't you raise your voice at me?
She arguing with her dad's sister.
Hollering at me. So now I'm hollering. So, and my sister, just get up and just look in the suitcase. And so, I'm hollering back, don't you holler at me? So I heard a knock on my door. So it was my kids, my cousin, auntie. They was like, you okay? Who you hollering at? I said, Mika, she up in here hollering at me like she my mama. I said, y'all don't care. She don't be raising her voice at me. So now they looking at me like,
for real.
I said, she up in here hollering at me. She lost her doggone mind. So they was like, okay. So they shut the door. And they went on back up front. And so I got mad. So I went over there to the suitcase. And so I'm going through the pockets. And guess what it was? It was the birth certificate and Social Security cards up in the side pocket of the suitcase. And I was like, oh. And I heard my sister said, next time, just do what I tell you. And I said, next time, don't you be hollering at me. And so, and I heard her chuckle. And she said, bye. And I started crying because I knew I wasn't going to hear her voice no more. But she come to me regularly in my dream.
Wow.
But that was the time my sister hollered.
That's amazing. I ain't going to lie.
In June 2021, Michael Paxton was a lobster fisherman off the coast of Cape Cod when something absolutely unexpected happened. Michael was swallowed by a humpback whale and was inside of its mouth for over 40 seconds before he managed to escape.
I heard about
Michael
this.
was rescued and then rushed to the hospital, and thankfully was okay and survived this insane attack. Like and follow for more.
Historic photos and their backstories. This photo was taken in 1962, and the astronaut to the left is John Glenn. This photo was taken right before he was the first American to orbit the Earth in space. Side note, pretty interesting the difference from these suits then versus now.
Right.
And for our second photo, we have the classic Earthrise photo taken in 1968 on the moon. This was taken approximately 78 hours after Apollo 8 lifted off and became the first manned mission to orbit the moon. Follow for the next part.
Let's talk about some Disneyland ghost stories. Okay, so the Matterhorn is apparently haunted.
Creepy.
In 1984, a woman named Dolly unfortunately passed away when she fell out of her seat and was struck by another bobsled. They call this portion of the ride Dolly's Dip. A lot of cast members don't want to go over there by themselves. They hear really strange noises in that part of the ride. Definitely is a really heartbreaking story. The next ghost at Disneyland is a boy named Timmy. Now, he is the most seen ghost at Disneyland. Some cast members that I even know personally have seen or heard about Timmy. Legend has it, Timmy's mom spread his ashes in the haunted mansion, and since then, multiple cast members have seen his spirit crying in the ride. Apparently all cast members know about Timmy. The next pair of ghosts are two little girls that are seen on the walkway between Frontierland and Fantasyland. Cast members have seen two little girls in period clothing walking and laughing. They're wearing period clothing because apparently these two girls passed away in the flood that happened in Anaheim before the park even opened. These girls are apparently the farmers' daughters from that land. And lastly, Walt Disney is rumored to haunt the Disneyland Railroad. Walt Disney loved trains. Cast members who work the ride actually have a command center where they can see trains going. And at night when the park is closed, there's actually a train whistle that goes off. They see a train pop up in the command center that isn't actually there. And they always assume that that is Walt's train. Do you have any personal ghost stories from Disneyland that you want to share with me? Please let me know in the comments, and let me know if you want a part 2, because there's so many more ghost stories to share.
This kid caught his elf on the shelf doing something terrifying. So one year around Christmas time, this kid was being very bad. He was disobeying his parents and he wasn't following the rules or doing any of his homework. So his parents decided to get an elf on the shelf so he could pay attention and be a better child. The kid did not believe that the elf on the shelf was real or would actually do anything. So the kid—
Hold on, pause. Like, what's up with that, like, demon Santa guy right there with the horns?
He kept doing bad things. After a week of having the elf and it moving around the house, he didn't believe it was real and he just thought someone was moving it. But if you don't know, you cannot touch the elf or else it will lose its magic. So he decided to touch it, and then the next day it was gone. The kid was confused because he thought it wasn't real. So that night, you won't believe what happened. Hit the plus button for part—
Oh, they ain't even gonna tell us what happened? What is that? Oh, wow, what is that? That's what is that? A dolphin merman mate? What?
Did you know the dark story behind the Hello Neighbor family? The neighbor wife was killed in a car accident, and he buried his wife in the backyard. His son was mentally ill and murdered his daughter.
Wow, that's creepy.
The neighbor locked his son in the basement because he was afraid of losing him. Then the neighbor started to lose his mind slowly.
What? Yo, these TikToks are getting scary and creepy, guys. I think that's going to be the end of this video. If you like the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.